dungeon of rap, where fake MCs don't make it back. Yo, welcome back to the dungeon of rap, where fake MCs never make it back. It's Uncle Paulie, yo. Listen, earlier I did a reaction to Conway the Machine, John Woo flick, and that shit got blocked. So, yeah, but shout out to my new subscriber Ray for requesting that shit. Anyways, so today, man, I got Tana Talk 4. This shit was a long time coming. I told y'all yesterday this shit was dropping tonight, and here we go. Actually, it's probably gonna be morning tomorrow by the time this shit's posted, but whatever. I got a whole bunch of fatties with me. You saw the thumbnail. I got 4 for Tana Talk 4, but we'll see. And I love that the first song on here is Johnny P's Caddy, because I love when they put the single first. It doesn't happen that often, but I love that shit because it's like you saw it already. So let's get that out the way. And it is a good opening song, not gonna lie. And J. Cole does have like verse of the year on this shit. I heard this shit a million times.
When I show up, I'm on 10, nigga, not 9. On the night I was born, the rain was pouring, God was crying, lightning struck, power outage, sparks was flying, the real one's here, the young boy that walked with lions around the outlines of chalk where the corpse is lying. Of course I'm trying to revive a sport that's dying.
Next up is Back 2 Times featuring Stove God Cooks. I'm excited for this shit because I love when Stove God Cooks get on some hooks. And off the top of my head, I can't remember any Benny the Butcher and Stove God collabs.
My style mixed with Bodie James now and Tupac then. Don't compare me to no nigga that's not in the top 10. And all that weird rapper shit.
He said I'm like Bodie James. Basically, he said I'm like Bodie James and Tupac. That was fucking dope.
For the family, no matter.
Benny stepped up his syllable game on that shit. He was in his pocket.
Watch big homie lay that shit up on the heat like Harold Miner. I just dropped mine on the heat like Kyle Lowry. All the velo came from Bari. All the kilos came stamped with a balloon. It's time to party. Driving 6s in the sun with that rocket. I think I'm Barkley. We was worth 6 figures on them barbershop steps. Was cooking hard with my left. Parallel parking my Lex. Hear the barking from them bundles. Had that dog food on deck.
God
now my
damn.
last check look like I play for the Nets. But we ain't breaking no sweat. We in the rent about the freeze. Don't you turn up the degrees. It's a brick in the vent. Stall. We brought it back. Dropped it in the pot. It came back.
What we got next? This is Super Plug.
What you coming, nigga?
My man Benny the Butcher just rhymed the same syllable set that whole 16 bar first verse of this fucking song, man. And I'm fucking bugging. And you'll notice as it goes on, I'm bundling up because this fucking track is getting cold as fuck.
Paper on the line, got my nerves all jumpy, yeah. Caught my first case and had to move into my pop's house.
That was the perfect example of a Benny song right there. He gave you stories, he gave you game, he gave you them syllables. Next up is Weekend in the Perrys featuring Bodie James. I'm excited for this one.
You gotta talk to niggas in the language they can understand. It's crazy, I got Al up this late.
Talk spicy. I can already hear Bojack on this shit.
Never change, so don't worry about it.
It's the way it's always been.
Real shit though. Yo, word to.
He says cooking coke, burning product was only a learning process. At first, I thought he was talking about he only did that as like a step up, but now I realize when I ran it back and once I repeated it, I realized he said he fucked the dope up and that was a learning process, because when he cook it, sometimes he burn that shit. You melt it. I get it.
Go, Mr. Custom.
My phone rings so much you get nervous around me. Talk that shit. Talk that hustle talk. Talk that hustle talk. My man's just said, I'm West Best Investment, but that's between me and you. God damn. He right.
Always been that way.
That's how it always been. Come on, that shit ain't never gonna change.
It's gonna continue straight ahead, straight ahead. And that's the one thing that's never gonna change.
The camera angle is different now because my big ass feet kick the table. This next one is the one I've been looking forward to the most. 10 More Commandments featuring Diddy. They've been talking about this like in every interview he do. And there was leaks, but I didn't want to hear that shit until I could hear the full thing, you know? Diddy in the back hitting the ad-libs like, real estate, invest. He said, only buy things that can be sold. That's game. 14, lead by example. I wish I had the lyrics right here so I could just spit that shit back out to you. But this one is one of the ones that he talked about like in every interview, and it's the one about social media. And he actually flips the syllables better than I thought he would. And I've been impressed so far. He's always been top tier, but he stepped it up. In the beginning of this song, he said he wanted to sound godly, and he is.
12, I know.
Dang, rule number 1, spoiler, get out the game. Hell yeah, that outro by Diddy was pretty dope.
Tyson versus Ali.
Oh yeah, this is actually my second most anticipated. This is Tyson versus Ali, featuring Conway. He said his doctor told him to let his leg rest. He don't know Benny. He don't know Benny.
Grand Press made more than a med tech, paying double for head tax. The bigger the paper, the longer the conversation. Played in the streets where the locks never come with no combination. If I let you get some money, don't fuck up the operation. You know hood rules apply when it comes to this kind of gangster. So your bitch a bottle girl with a gullible occupation. Told her about Buffalo, now she wonder when I'ma take her. Ain't no telling what other rappers she fucking, so I don't chase her. She down to do anything for a couple more operations, huh?
Hold up. Run it back, my mans.
Occupation. Told her about Buffalo, now she wonder when I'ma take her. Ain't no telling what other rappers she fucking, so I don't chase her. She down to do anything for a couple more operations, huh? Tana Talk 4, I'm handing out raw. You in the slammer by law, I never abandoned my boy. They asking in my street, my track record standing like Floyd's. I'm more street than y'all, the fuck I gotta answer y'all for. Tyson versus Ali, Tyson versus Ali, Tyson versus Ali.
Now, I know they ain't really gonna try to compete, but if they were, I think Benny already winning because he telling a story. Conway, and no diss to Conway, but Benny, I think personally, has Conway in the storytelling aspect, but we'll see. He said, I remember what we used to do to the fiends, so I'm happy to see you doing your thing. I love that. I love that. These guys are fucking geniuses. I was talking after Benny's verse, me, probably like everybody else listening, was like, is Conway gonna be better? Blah blah blah. So Conway just starts giving Benny his flowers. Like, y'all, the Butcher and Conway have always been synonymous like that, and I feel like this track just fortifies that. And it's crazy because everyone's been talking so crazy about them lately, and this just shows that nobody knows shit. That was definitely not what I was expecting, and I'm pretty sure everybody can agree with me on that shit. It was incredible, though. It was exactly what we needed, but not what we wanted, if that makes sense. Next up, Uncle Bun featuring 38 Special. This probably will be my favorite song on the album because 38 Special and Benny the Butcher could just do albums together forever, and I'll be okay with that.
Huh.
Huh. Trust. Fentanyl clogging the needles.
You
Turn this one brick to a family of white bitches. I don't know what Spesh is doing with his voice, but he got this little like it reminds me of like the cliche gangsters from like the 50s. She, and I think that's what he's going for. Benny experimenting with hooks now? Okay. Okay.
trailer coke drops. I done seen it all. I'm balling till infinity. Catch
God damn. He getting another pocket with this one too. Uh this beat is dope. It reminds me of like 2010 Meek. It also gives me, for some reason, it gives me like LA Leaker vibes. It reminds me of like the way he freestyles when he gets in that faster pocket. But I guess that's just the way he raps faster, anyways. He said I switched it up. I had a style waiting. I can tell.
or MOK.
Next up is Billy Joe.
Yeah, nigga.
Oh yeah, and that last track, uh, I think it's called Thowie's Revenge. Uh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that shit was a whole different energy, and I was fucking with it. But now on to Billy Joe. Man, that Griselda drop gave me fucking chills. I wasn't expecting it because this is a solo song.
Gravano told them bodies. They get that boy immunity. They give a dope boy life.
Fuck Sammy the Bull. He told on bodies. They get that boy immunity. Now you got a fucking YouTube channel. Fast shit like the cast of Talladega Nights. He said this year he feel like 99 Hove instead of 97 Hove. He said I'm big pimpin', baby. He said I'm H to the Izzo. He said he that Hove. So far, that's my favorite track, Billy Joe. This is Guerrero featuring West Side Gun. Ah. Mm. I was barely known, but I bodied every flow. Something, rubber bands and weight. That's what I love about Benny the Butcher, man. He said I dust off the cilantro, the fucking cilantro. Who just tells you about their cilantro dusting activities? Benny the Butcher does. He said, Burden and Proof Me, Timeless, Big Sean and Tunchi. How you gonna reference your own song from a different album as your own scheme? That's some genius shit. He said he did a wheelie in his wheelchair. I don't know if he talked about a junkie or somebody in the prison system, or just a homie that ain't got a leg. No West Side Gun, it could be any of those. Next up, Bust the Brick Nick, second to last song. Got a movie deal, but chill, cause my real life like a book. Fuck.
Now look who the bread earner, the east side Ted Turner. In his business, it's best to stay out your feelings to advance further. Can't shake the bitch, I told her I get the neck, but I can't serve you. She not my type, but I pop the connect, so I can't curve her. Before a bullet wound, it was shit that
She ain't my type, but pops the connect, so I can't curve her. God damn.
permanently hurt me. In a wheelchair, it was hard to smile on my 36th birthday. Being honest, this could be karma I probably deserve in the first place.
He said he was in the wheelchair because of smile on his 36th birthday. It was probably karma in the first place. That's some deep shit. Bust the Brick Nick. That shit was dope. That reminds me of uh, how I used to think of Alchemist beats. Now I think of them more like the grimy Griselda, but like originally, I don't know who shit it was, but that's what I would think of if you would say Alchemist. I would think of those kind of samples, not the more grimy shit he does now. Here we go, last song, Mr. Chow Hall.
Hey yo, this Tana Talk 4, right?
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, I gotta talk about the shit that's on my mind, the shit I'm thinking about.
And it's on steroids right now. He's fitting as much as he can into those sentences, and I'm here for it. He's really painting a picture, man. Dang, they censoring out the record companies he talking about. I'm just trying to sip the tea, man. I feel like that song should have been switched with the last song, Bust the Brick Nick, because just the energy of the last song would have been a good fit, a better fit. That song was cool, but it's a better one for. It's not an ending song, in my opinion. But that was a dope fucking album. No shot at Conway, but it was better than God Don't Make Mistakes. I'm gonna have to listen to this. I'm gonna have to listen to this a few more times before I really give it a solid review. But this shit was dope, and I am gonna listen to it a few more times. It's definitely worth it. He really stepped his shit up. He's like he's I've been saying he's in my top 5, and one of the main reasons is because of his like consistent evolution. Literally every project is better. None of it like sits at a plateau. Like you can see the evolution in the quality and all of that. But yeah, that was Tana Talk 4, highly anticipated, and it did not disappoint. Dungeon of Rap.
Yo, it's the Dungeon of Rap. Fake MCs don't make it back.